What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another empty fish tanks build video. I could sit here and introduce this for ages. Let's just get on with it. So this is just a basic Opti-White tank I've got here, but I don't like that you can see all the way through it because of the background. It's like, it's not, if it was just the grey wall, it would be fine, but it's not. It's got that weird little window bit in it as well. So I'm just gonna add on a frosted background just to sort of hide it a little. So putting on a frosted background is actually really easy to do. Get your background to roughly the right size. It's always easy to do this to start with. Just line it up and then cut it out. Next, we want to spray the whole thing with soapy water and also the glass with soapy water. The point of this is so that when the two touch, they sort of just lock into place temporarily. So yeah, once you lay it down on top, it sticks, and that means we can peel off the backing without like the plastic flapping everywhere. Make sure you spray down the sticky side, be liberal, just cover it in the bubbles. You can't put too much on. Then you want to flip the whole thing round and place it on top of the glass. The next job is to squeegee out all of the air bubbles. They should come out nice and easy because of all that soapy water that we put down. We can now cut the frosting to the correct size. I used to run a blade just along the edges, but now I use a metal ruler and come in very slightly from the edge. I do this so that there's no way you can catch the edges with your fingers or when cleaning, and it just stops it coming away later on. Right, there we go, stage is set. So that light up there, nice, really cheap Amazon one. I've got it down here as well, look. So yeah, you can see it grows plants really well. These plants have only been in this tank, so yeah, it works a treat, doesn't it? It's not high end, it's not gonna give you absolutely immense colors, but as you can see there, they look pretty good, right? But as always, I like to start off with a base layer, so let's get that in now. So at this stage, it's important not to worry too much about the finer details. Don't major in minor things. Worry about the big picture. So I already had an idea of what I wanted to do, which was basically a triangular composition using a rock that I've never used before. I don't know why I said it like that. Using a rock I've never used before, the fossilized wood rock. That's confusing, fossilized wood rock. Yeah, I bought this from Aquarium Gardens a while ago. It's been sat on my shelf and I wanted to use it. So I just looked at it and thought, let's do this. Again, I didn't overthink everything, I just started. Sometimes that's the best thing to do, just jump straight into it and crack on. Let the whole scape and everything evolve as you move forward. Click subscribe. Something I did there made a massive difference. So basically I swapped these two around because there was too many big bits together, and I'll probably put another small one this side or something like that after we add our decorative sand in. But the way I saw that it was not looking good was by looking through the camera. So I recommend you guys just setting up your phone or something, because there's something about looking through the frame of the camera that just points things out. When I was looking normally, I thought, oh, that's all right, yeah. And then I looked through the camera, I was like, whoa, that's wrong. So I just moved them around. In fact, I might even go for an even smaller one there. We'll see how it goes. Right, let's get some decorative sand in that will cap all of this in. So it was at this point I looked at the tank and thought, you know what, we're missing something. It's really, really hard to explain to you guys how I got that feeling and how I knew what to do to resolve it. It's the type of thing that you just have to practice, and practice does make perfect. There's something very difficult about making things look random. I think naturally our brains want to organize things, so to try and create something that looks off but correct is really, really difficult to do, especially initially, and it takes time and time again of trying things. So in this instance, I thought I need something big to go in that gap. At first I thought it was too big, and then I thought you just put it in, have a little look, and it was right, I think anyway, for me. Many of you might look at it and think that's completely wrong, but for me, I think that's going to look really good with some plants growing up in front of it. It also gives us a good place to put some epiphyte plants onto later on. We can glue those on top of that rock or to the side of it or wherever, and that's going to look awesome. Right, that's starting to look really good, but it's very neat, if you like, so kind of sterile. I mean, there'll be lots more detail coming, but first of all, I want to just sort of smash up a load of these pieces, and then I could just sort of sprinkle them around the areas, and then after that we can add even more detail with a more sort of contrasting colour so it stands out a little bit more. Now, you do not want to forget this stage, trust me. These are one of, if not the most important part of the whole aquascape. Okay, bit of an exaggeration, but they really do make the scape sort of become real, in my eyes anyway. You know, in nature, you don't tend to see just clean lines. There's always like a blurred line between the big and the small. And like grading it out in this way and giving it the smaller touches, the little details are really what set the aquascape apart from just, you know, entry level to more advanced, I would say. And the beauty of it is really easy to do. Like I say, if you've already got these rocks, you can just smash them up into smaller pieces. If not, you can find small bits of whatever anywhere. It's like me, I'm always on the lookout for little bits of hardscape no matter where I go. Actually really annoys my wife whenever we go on holiday, because straight away I'm like, oh, I wonder what's down there or whatever. And I've been known to load up the boot of the car before we've gone home before. The boot is the trunk, by the way, for my American followers. Right, there we go. I think that's a lot better, a lot more sort of crumbled away. I think though that that piece at the back there is a little bit too flat, so I'm going to do this. There we go, that's much better. Now at the moment it kind of looks like there's a big gap here. That's deliberate. They'll be filled in with plants, so you know, there's no point putting rocks there, you won't even see them. So I'm trying to envisage the end result, which is plants looping over this way, clear area here, loads of detail, big fern in the middle, that, you know, your standard stuff, but it looks good, doesn't it? And then next up is completely finer again still. We want it to look like it's all merged into one, like you're going from an empty space in like the river or somewhere, and then it's building up to an embankment. Now to do that, you need to grade it. As I said, the best way to do this would be fine little details. So the stones I'm using now are just a mixture of stuff I've collected over the years. Whenever I take apart a tank, I tend to just chuck all these bits in together because I know they're going to be useful for grading things out at a later date. Right, it's really coming along now. So you see how that's gone from a sort of, you know, unrealistic look to something that kind of does look real straight away. So what I've done is got two different shades there, and what it's going to look like is it's sort of coming into the riverbed or something where the sand actually changes colour. Maybe that's something you see in nature, maybe it isn't, I don't know, but hopefully it looks good. That's the Hardscape complete, guys. It actually turned out better than I thought. I honestly feel like every single time I do a scape it gets better and better, especially when I stick to what I'm good at, which is this kind of stuff. In the next video we're going to be planting a tank. Hopefully you're looking forward to that. If you are, hit the like, subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.